The royal holiday season is already looking like a snow globe someone shook a little too hard. Reports are swirling once again that Prince William and Princess Catherine are skipping the King's big Christmas lunch, which means plate number 3 at the royal table will be gathering dust for the 3rd year in a row. That is not a coincidence, that is a habit, and habits in royal families usually come with backstories, tensions, and behind-the-scenes drama thick enough to spread on toast. The palace may smile for the cameras, but beneath those polished surfaces there is enough stress to power the entire lighting display at Buckingham Palace. So let's get into why this particular holiday decision is raising eyebrows higher than the palace guards' hats. The king is said to be spending Christmas at the main house, and given that he has not had the easiest year health-wise, you might expect the heir to show up, sit down and share a plate of turkey. Instead, the Wales family is reportedly doing the public church walk, posing for photos, and then hurrying off to the Middleton home to spend the holiday with Catherine's side of the family. Perfectly normal for regular families, of course, but royals are not regular families. Their choices become political statements whether they want them to or not. And the palace's insistence that no one is upset only makes the whole thing look even more suspicious. When people are truly unbothered, they do not send out clarifications that sound like they were written by someone stress typing at 2 in the morning. The real eyebrow raiser is the pattern. This is not a one-time thing or even a two-time thing. This is year number 3 of avoiding the King's main holiday gathering. Add to that the fact that William and Catherine have also skipped the pre-Christmas meal, moved closer to their home for convenience, and have missed Easter celebrations 2 years straight, and the puzzle pieces begin to click. Some observers would call it setting boundaries. Others might call it intentional distancing. Whatever label you choose, there is clearly something happening behind those stone walls. Reports claim the relationship between the king and the future king is formal, tense, and sprinkled with old emotional baggage that never fully healed. Childhood memories, public turmoil, and deeply rooted frustrations do not just disappear. When those feelings sit in a room with centuries of tradition and global scrutiny, every holiday event becomes a test. Add disagreements about who deserves a place at the royal table, who should represent the crown, and who gets what kind of influence, and suddenly the Christmas menu is not the only thing heated. One of the big friction points is how the king chooses to interact with certain extended family members. He continues to support the York sisters, handing out roles and invitations in ways that some insiders reportedly find concerning. Their parents are kept at arm's length, but the sisters remain in the inner circle. It is the sort of thing that creates confusion, because while the king wants to show unity and kindness, others fear it may reflect poorly on the monarchy. And when people are living in palace properties with rental arrangements so mysterious they might as well be locked in the Tower of London archives, the optics get even stranger. The palace knows optics matter, and so does the press. This is why the contrast between public reactions to different royal couples is impossible to ignore. When the couple living in California wanted to spend a holiday with Meghan's mother, the tabloids acted like they were attempting to rewrite the entire British constitution. But when the Wales family prioritises the Middleton side, suddenly it is a relatable family decision. It is not hard to see the double standard sparkling brighter than the royal Christmas tree. The discrepancy in how the media handles similar behaviour makes it clear that narrative control is just as important as royal protocol. There is also a deeper disagreement about the future of monarchy. The king believes in visibility, showing up, making appearances, and staying connected to the public as often as possible. It is the kind of old-school thinking that worked for Queen Elizabeth. William, however, leans toward a more modern, slimmed-down approach, prioritising private family time and trimming the endless calendar of engagements. Sound familiar? That is essentially the same thing Harry tried to do, yet the reaction could not have been more different. When one brother wants to protect his mental health and family life, he is branded a traitor. When the other brother moves in the same direction, he is labelled forward-thinking. And now we have a holiday showdown where the differences between father and son keep bubbling up. Every choice, every event skipped, and every invitation accepted by certain extended family members feeds the story of a monarchy wrestling with its identity. The idea that the big royal drama lives in California is starting to feel outdated. The cracks and complications appear much closer to home, right at the heart of the institution itself. The palace spent years pushing narratives about the difficulty of dealing with the Sussexes, but the behaviour currently happening inside the UK looks remarkably similar, only it is covered with a softer, more forgiving tone. Of course, it is tempting to act like this is a TV drama, but real relationships are more complicated. These are people dealing with private wounds, public expectations, inherited roles, and decades of institutional pressure. Still, the public has every right to ask questions. Why is one couple villainized for choices that are applauded when another couple makes them? Why does one household get a parade of sympathy explanations while the other gets a parade of criticism? If the monarchy wants to maintain credibility, consistency is not a luxury, it is a requirement. At the same time, this is also a preview of the future. If William is already leaning toward a more private, selective approach to duty, what will that look like when he wears the crown? Will he reshape the monarchy into something more flexible, or will the tension between tradition and modernisation grow even more intense? And how long will these private disagreements stay private when every decision is analysed and magnified? Imagine the family group chat during this holiday season. The king sends a cheerful message reminding everyone about lunch. 2 bubbles appear from the Wales household saying they will see everyone at church, followed by a note that they are heading to the Middleton home for the rest of the day. Somewhere in that chat, someone probably drops a meme. Someone else probably sighs loudly in their living room, and an aide somewhere starts planning another round of PR clarifications. The modern monarchy is complicated, and for once it is not the California branch making headlines. The bigger truth is this. The palace cannot keep pretending everything is perfect when the public can see the cracks from the sidelines. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with families wanting to spend holidays where they feel most comfortable. The issue is the double standard and the way certain actions are framed, depending on who performs them. It is the push to excuse one royal household while scrutinising another that raises the most questions. And as long as the palace keeps applying different rules to different people, the public will keep noticing. Now, before we wrap up, let me speak directly to you, Sussex Squad. If you enjoy these deep dives into royal dynamics, if you appreciate commentary that is independent, sharp, and not filtered through palace talking points, this is the perfect time to support the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Tap that super thanks button if you want to help the channel grow. If you love what we do and want to keep the lights on, feel free to buy me a coffee. Your support truly makes a difference, and lets us continue giving you commentary with facts, humour, and just the right amount of royal side-eye. Leave your thoughts in the comments too. Do you think the Wales family is simply choosing peace for themselves, or do you feel the king deserves a holiday that includes his heir at the table? Is this a modern family moment, or is it disrespect dressed up in polite wording? I cannot wait to hear your take. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and I will see you in the next one.